G'day guys, Rabid's back again. This time covering Aussie VHS Censorship Part 2. There's just a couple more titles, I guess, that I'll cover this time. You know, there probably is more in the collection that I could dig out, but look, I've only got limited time, so I'll see what I can do for now. Okay. Game of Survival. Most of you guys know this is one of my favourites. Sort of one of those actiony, sleazy fucking films that takes place in the slums of New York, I'm assuming. This is the Aussie one. It's actually quite rare. It's on Delta, but it's cut. All the good shit's cut. I think there was like a rat getting shot and blown apart. The infamous scene with the broomstick shoved up the black lady's cunt. It's not overly explicit, but it's pretty full on in a Texas Chainsaw-ish type way, if you know what I mean. Yeah, look, there's just fucking snippets. I don't have specifics, so there's snippets cut all the way through it. Electrocutions, stabbings, just little pieces everywhere. The Region 1 disc is very, very good. Everything's back intact. It's a nice print. Definitely worth checking out. Don't even bother with the Australian one unless you want it as strictly as a collectible. As for viewing, don't even fucking bother. This is the way to go. There may be better DVD and Blu-ray these days. I really don't know. Now, next off the rank is Rabid Grannies. I used to despise this film because I only ever seen the Australian one. And it had no gore in it at all. It was just, you know, two sick old grandmas in some mansion supposedly killing people. But everything was off screen. It was just fucking, it was pathetic. But, you know, I got this Dutch tape. And it opened my eyes. There was a lot of stuff. Again, unfortunately, I do have specifics. Hold on, I've written down. 1.5 minutes was cut out. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have little snippets of gore cut here and there from various scenes, it detracts from the scene something chronic, you know. It is quite a bit in terms of gore, I guess, 1.5 minutes. And it was much, much more enjoyable to watch this version. Now, Friday, for the final chapter, most of you guys know, sadly our one was cut. The US one apparently was always intact. The UK and the Australian one has always been cut. Which was quite fucking annoying. A bit of a story with this one. One day me and my mate were looking, you know, for videos around town and whatnot, and in a record store we spotted this thing, which says Horror House Unlimited on it. We didn't know what the fuck this was. My mate bought it, we rushed home, we put it on, we had our fingers crossed like little kids, and we were like, holy fucking shit, we were jumping up and down and cheering like we'd won lotto, I swear to God, because, you know, the nurse getting stabbed at the start, head getting twisted off, the whole sliding down the machete scene, Jason's head down the machete scene, sorry, was all intact. I don't know if this was like a fuck-up release, or to this day, we still don't know, but it's fully uncut. We were fucking amazed. It was like Christmas when we seen this version. And a big thanks to Kaya, who supplied a lot of the information regarding the Friday the 13th films for me. Jason Goes to Hell takes no exception, sorry. This was fucking butchered. Well, I mean, I would call it butchered, really. It was missing 2 minutes 36 seconds, sorry. Just fucking pieces everywhere. The killing in the tent, that whole scene was gone. Shit like the black guy eating the heart, stabbings, fucking, again, just pieces all through the film. You know, I could have looked up and listed all the fucking cuts for you guys and that, but honestly, it would take too long. There's fucking pieces all the way through it just gone. So what I did, I got the Region 1 DVD. Again, great picture quality, and everything's reinstated. It's all back in the film. I was fucking staggered how much was gone. Last night, I hadn't ever seen this before, the stuff on Roadshow. I actually liked it. It was quite a fun film. In no way realistic, but I found out last night that it's actually cut of the black guy getting killed. The guy whose mouth opens up hugely and the stuff comes out and whatever. I think it's towards the start of the film. That was cut. And the scene with the dog attacking the guy's throat was cut as well, which really pissed me off to find out that this was actually fucking censored, you know. Turns out there's a Region 4 DVD, which I didn't even know about. Now we move on to a real favourite of mine. Most of you probably never even heard of this. It's from 1985. It is not Henry. It's called Confessions of a Serial Killer. It's nothing to do with Henry, but it gets confused with that. Ours was cut. I do have the cuts listed down. I'll grab them in a second. This is quite hard to find. It's on Eagle, even though it's cut and whatnot. It's still good to have, I guess. It is cut, but not by a huge lot. Sorry, I got the Japan tape, and this is, well, appears to be uncut, but it's dark. You know, it's quite odd. Japan tapes are usually quite good, but this was cut. Not dark. Sorry, fucking hell, muddling it was. It was a very dark print. Now what was cut? I'll just get my right. What there was 34 seconds cut out of a rape scene, and it's quite a fucking nasty one. Henry and Otis get this woman in the kitchen, and they fuck her up, rough her up a bit, and it's pretty perverted. They cut her throat, and she's flapping around like a fish on the floor, and they rape her as she's convulsing, dying on the floor. It's pretty out there, man. It's honestly, even for me, it's pretty full on, that scene. But as I said, unfortunately, it's a dark print, which really shit me. So I'm trying to get the American tape now to check that out. And the other scene that was cut was a fight between Becky and the landlady, their landlord sort of thing. But that scene itself was only missing 5 seconds. One Arm Executioner, another favourite of mine, Bobby Suarez. Ours was cut. It's quite a nice print, but it's cut. I got the Dutch one, which is uncut but dark. You know, story of my fucking life. This just shits me. Now, what was cut was... sorry guys, I'll just get my notes. 2 seconds of Ramon's wife breast getting cut. 2 seconds of Ramon's wife getting a sword thrust straight through her stomach. You see it poke out the other side. That was actually cut. 1 to 2 seconds of Ramon's arm getting cut completely off. Ramon is the husband. The killing of the villain at the end, that killed his wife and whatnot. He only gets shot twice in the Aussie tape, and in the Dutch one he's shot like fucking 10 times or something on screen. There's quite a bit missing out of the end of the film, which is quite annoying. I mean, it's just an action film, really. Troma's War. Sadly, I don't have the Australian tape to compare it to, but going by Rod Williams' chopping list, there's like fucking 15 minutes cut. I mean, that's staggering. 15 minutes. Basically, all the violence was cut out of the Australian tape, if that is correct information. I watched this one, and it was like watching a completely different film. It was so much better. The Aussie tape, not even worth flushing down the toilet. It was fucking dreadful. I've always wanted to see Jungle Warriors uncut. This is the Australian release. It's actually quite nice. That lettering is actually embossed into the clear case. I'm trying to think what was fucking cut now. There was rape scenes and whatnot. Not a huge lot. Hold on. Sorry guys, I'll just get my fucking paperwork. Yeah, okay. 1 minute. It's only missing 1 minute. And it was a head decapitation and a scene with girls who were chained up getting abused by men. So I'm assuming bashed and raped and whatnot. Sometimes sense does prevail in that we got Day of the Dead fully uncut. The story goes that it was submitted to the OFLC. They tried to cut it down, but in the end, yeah, we got the uncut version, which is a bonus for us. You know, sometimes we do get lucky, but not often. Huge favourite of mine, Death Wish 3. Yeah, this was cut too. Not a huge lot, but there was the rape scene at the start was cut in the car park down in the basement type thing. There was a shooting of, it might have been the Giggler, I can't remember, one of them getting shot in the back. Actually, I think it was the Giggler. And a great scene at the end where the two old folk, they actually get set on fire with a Molotov cocktail, and they come running out the building fucking howling and screaming and waving their arms around. And there's one of the nasty guys up on the other building, and he machine guns them down as they're fucking burning and screaming. It's quite a violent scene. And I'm not going to say I can understand why they cut it, but it's a pretty full-on scene. So it wasn't until I got the Region 4 box set that I was able to watch those scenes. I'd never seen it uncut until, like, probably a year ago. But that's quite hard to find now. It's a superb box set. They're all uncut. It's got all 5 in there. And yes, I do like all 5, unlike a lot of people. Vice Squad, great film with Wings Hauser, great fan of him. This was cut, sorry I don't have specifics, but there was something about a scene with a woman getting an abortion or something or other with a coat hanger, rape scenes once again, and women getting bashed and whatnot, which is a big no-no here, and yet they go and release I Spit on Your Grave uncut. What do you say, man? Excuse me, yeah, I'd always wanted to see that uncut. There was a DVD, it now sells for hundreds of dollars, which is fucking ridiculous. The last things I'm going to talk about, I probably should even fucking show these things. Aftermath was one of the ones I got in trouble with customs back in '98, and this notorious thing here, Ryder Frank, he has something foreign stuck in his mouth there. I think it's a slug. I'm not sure actually quite what that is. But yeah, look, these came in. I got a confiscation notice. I had to talk my way out of shit again, like Cannibal Holocaust Laserdisc. So, and they knew me. They knew my name and everything. And I was in deep shit with these two. I mean, this is a necrophilia film that is still blacklisted here now, as you can see. Yes, it's about a man raping corpses and whatnot. And it's only a 30-minute short, but it is fucked up. I've only watched it twice, I think. It's right out there. So that there, the customs guy would not even comment on it. He just shook his head in disgust, like he just stood in dog shit, and I was being treated like a fucking pedophile. They wouldn't even say anything about it. Nothing. They were like, nah. Ryder Frank, they said, look, the thing was pathetic. It was shot on no budget. Yes, I already knew that. But they took offence to the scene where the little girl gets hit across the head with a metal bar, which is clearly rubber, and I swear to God, it bends as it hits her forehead, and it looks stupid. He throws her under the truck, runs her over, and screams brains, and it proceeds to eat the brains out of her smashed open head. Because of that one scene alone, they were fucking outraged, and they said, look, if I ever try and import this sort of shit again, I'm trying not to laugh. I'll either face a fucking jail term or a massive fine. So in the end, I had to send these back to Holland. They didn't even let me keep the catalogue again. Same with Cannibal Holocaust Laserdisc. I had to send the fucking catalogue back with these two as well. You know, it's a fucking catalogue, man. And later I got them bypassed, which I won't even say how. Like with the Cannibal Holocaust Laserdisc, up through somewhere else and back up to me on the mainland and whatnot. And yeah, I have them here. But yeah, look, Ryder Frank, I mean, it's funny as fuck, but how they could be offended by it, I don't know. I mean, it's pathetic, but it's amusing. Aftermath, yes, it is pretty nasty and whatnot, but you know, there's a doco thing at the end and everything. It clearly shows that it's all rubbish and fake and whatever, but no, I mean, these guys are ready to fucking light torches and string me up from a tree and burn me and fucking beat me for getting these in, you know. Excuse me while I have a swig. So, look, that's about it. If you can get the Region 4 box set of this, yeah, good luck finding it. It took me about 3 or 4 years, actually probably longer to find one. Initially it was $60. Guys are asking $200 for this now. The ratio's apparently the best. Quality is staggering. all uncut, every single one, even part 2. It's the way to go. So yeah, look, that's about it. I mean, I just wanted to cover these others that I missed out in part 1. You know, again, it would have been nice to go into exact specifics of what was cut out of these, you know, down to the second and whatnot, but again, like I said in the first video, I just don't have fucking time for this shit. You know, I'm into it and whatnot, but not to that extreme, not like Rod and the guy that refused classification. I just don't have the fucking time. So we'll probably wrap it up at that, and yeah, next time I'll probably be covering unreleased films here, but I mean, there's so many, I could probably fucking talk for days, so I'll have to pick out ones that I feel are worthy and just sort of, you know, hone it down into a short video. Alright, my friends, I shall see you on the next one.